and Joey Aguilar, one of the stars of the opening weekend after that win Saturday in Atlanta. And he joins us now from Knoxville. Joey, congratulations. I know you have to start thinking about the next one, but it never gets old reflecting back on a big win, does it?
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Well, let's talk about it because your journey has been fascinating. We'll get to that in a second. But just take us through last week, getting ready. I'm sure there's always a few butterflies when you're making the start in a stadium like that. What was it like for you?
Yeah, it was awesome. Going out there playing in Atlanta and playing in that stadium. We got there Friday, was able to walk around the stadium and check it out. And, it was humbling to be in that stadium and just from where I started to where I am at now, just walking around with my teammates and seeing it and then suiting up game day, running out there and seeing all the fans cheering out. It was just an awesome experience.
Speaking of fans, we did our show outside, then we moved in right before the game, and man, there was that play. I realize Syracuse is the orange, but I saw Tennessee orange everywhere.
For sure. There was a lot.
And when you look up on that, I know everybody has a different start base, but do you feed off of that as a quarterback?
Like, what do you mean, like the noise
Yeah,
or?
I mean just knowing that you have a lot of fans there as opposed to being on the road somewhere.
I would say like yes and no. I don't try to focus on the outside, meaning like the noise of the stadium or who's there, who's not. I'm just really out there focusing on the game plan and executing plays. But obviously, like when you hit a good play or defense gets a good stop, the energy of the stadium definitely can help with momentum for sure.
Joey, you can't really mention your name without everybody knowing your journey, and we know that you grew up right outside of the Bay in San Francisco and ultimately got to Appalachian State, and everybody knows the rest of this, so I won't even go over it. But when after landing in Knoxville, just take us through. I mean, you weren't that far away in your college days, but how much did you know about Tennessee?
Obviously, Tennessee is a big staple, big program. So I knew a lot about Tennessee. Obviously, growing up, watching college football through my dad and just things like that. But I was up the road, up in Boone, so I was probably about 2 hours, not too far. So Tennessee was in my feed a lot and in watching Tennessee a lot last year since I was down the road. But great football program. Grateful to be here and excited to just keep working.
Let's get to the bigger picture, which is the team. And again, everybody reads a lot into the first weekend, but what would your assessment be? I know you made all the player of the week and all the lists, but how would you describe the performance of not only you, but the rest of the offense?
Uh, Me personally, definitely could do better. I think I did pretty good, but a lot of stuff to clean up on still. Offensively, I thought they did great. O linemen were working and was dominating up front. Kept me clean pretty much the whole game. I only got hit when I had to run myself. So I give them props to that. Keeping me clean, keeping the run game going. I think we had like 240 some yards rushing on the ground, which is crazy. Um, Running backs, they did what they had to do. Receivers, tight ends, blocked. They're not just making plays with the ball; they're out there helping each other. So collectively, I think we did pretty well. Still a lot of things that we could perfect and be better on. But going out there, I was excited to just see everybody else play and see how we were rolling as a team.
Joey, I live in the world of punditry, and we always talk about that first game and what to expect. But different players have different reactions. How big of a challenge is it to play the first game, especially for a new school, against a program that you can only look at on film, and it's not the exact same team that you've seen previously? What is that like?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Syracuse, great football program last year. Had a lot of new players, so it was kind of hard to get a full understanding of what we were going to get. We prepared for all types of stuff, and they came out, and there was a really good team. But I just went out there and just went through my rules of my plays. and went out there and just played ball with my team. We practicing all, what was I here, like summer, fall camp, just executing plays and just going through our rules and just being a team. So you, the game was just a reflective of just our preparation of, like I said, summer and fall camp, and we just went out there to execute at our best.
Joey, it's so critical for the quarterback. He is in command to 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 be a leader and to get to know everything around him. You're coming in late. Uh,
Mhm.
Everyone knows the story of your landing there. How did you familiarize yourself with your guys and get to know them better? Because there's only so much you can learn in a small period of time. Take us through from the moment you got there to today.
Yes, for sure. When I got here, I had to earn my way in of trust. Trust isn't built overnight. It takes time. Not even just like in football, like just in life. So I try to build like a connection with everybody outside of football. The connections you have with your teammates, football lasts for so long, but the connections and brotherhood last forever. So there was a tradition at App State of just taking my teammates out to eat. So I kind of wanted to bring that here and take my online out to eat, receivers out to eat, pretty much the whole offense out to eat, and kind of separated between groups, receivers. There's a lot of receivers, so took them out. Tight ends, O linemen, kind of take them out altogether and things like that. So just going out to eat and just having a fun time of like kind of getting outside of football and just trying to build a connection, learn everybody's story. I think everybody welcomed me in pretty fairly when I got here. I said in another interview, it was like when I got here, it was like quick, like we kind of I gravitated towards Miles Kitselman pretty quick. He was a big part of my transition, making it easier. He kind of came in, took me in pretty quick, built a connection like that. Chris, Mike, Bray, all of them, O linemen. Um, it made it easy. It felt like I've been here for a while, especially with the players and coaches just being so like welcoming when I got here. It just felt like it was right and felt like I've been here for a while and I knew this team for a while.
Joe, your story is well known, and maybe what's not quite as well known is some of the struggles. I mean, every player goes through uh, a, a low moment when you go, "Is this really worth it? I've had a good career. I've done this. I've done that." How low did it get for you at some point during your journey to last Saturday? Not so much at Tennessee, but before.
Yeah, the lowest point was definitely coming out of high school, not having no opportunity to go play at the next level after having like a pretty good senior year and high school career. Kind of just made me realize if I was really worth playing and if I was really good enough. So I kind of went JUCO, San Francisco City College, didn't play my first year. Had a lot of friends that were playing, so we were up taking BART from point A to point B. We're the first stop to the last stop every day, every week. Get there at like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning on the train, and then we won't get back between like 9 to 10, sometimes 10:30, 11, depending if the train got to stop. So it was fun times for sure, but that part was definitely the lowest point. Just to know like if I really wanted to keep doing it. Said in a couple of interviews before I was planning on being a fireman. I took a class in high school my senior year that really enjoyed and really like opened my eyes to other things outside of sports. So I was kind of in that dive of if I don't play football, I might as well start my career, um, and things like that. And then I gave football a shot, transferred to Diablo Valley College with some of my teammates, and Coach Dar took me in, and Coach Drew Anderson took me in, and the rest was history from there.
Joey, when you accomplish what your team and you did on Saturday, and you have a couple of a lot of games, but some big ones. Just is there any way to put into words the journey and this moment in time for you? Because I mean, here you are. All the things that could have gone wrong, didn't, and you're now in a really good spot.
I'm just super grateful. I'm glad to be a part of a great program. great teammates, great coaching staff, and I'm just ready to continue to build relationships and just go out there and play for the Power T and do what we do.
Well, I won't ask you what you think this team is capable of because based on what we saw Saturday, I think they're capable of a lot. I don't hear any pushback from you.
Sure.
Hey, listen, it's great to get to know you, and we'll be watching over these many Saturdays, and hope you'll come back.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me on here.
You bet. Congratulations to Joey Aguilar and the Tennessee Vols, a big-time win Saturday against Syracuse.
You want this, you got that. No way, watch them walk right past you. Run fast while you have the chance. Don't speak, let them look right at you.